This episode from Driving with Gloves is about a wonderful car from the early 1970s from a German car manufacturer, which started as an aircraft engine manufacturer and is famous for its kidney grille and Hofmeister kink.
Hi, my name is Cor and welcome to my channel, Driving with Gloves. I always drive with car gloves. Your question might be, why do I drive with gloves? And my answer is, why not?
Nowadays, everyone knows BMW as a German car manufacturer of high-end cars. But this wasn't always like that. In World War I, Karl Rapp bought different broke German companies like Schneeweiss and Vey, because they had a huge knowledge in aircraft building. But Karl left the Rapp Motorenwerke himself in April 1917, so the company was renamed in Bayerische Motorenwerke, or in short BMW. BMW's first product was the BMW 3.0 aircraft engine. So that is why the logo of the BMW is a spinning propeller. In 1923, BMW began to produce motorcycles. In 1928, BMW built its first car, the Dixie 315, which was in fact a license-built Austin 7. 10 years later, in 1933, BMW released its first straight-six engine in the BMW 3.0. And now you might think that we are getting somewhere. But then World War II started and BMW was making aircraft engines again. In afterwar Germany, BMW almost went bust, which led almost to a merger with Daimler-Benz. But then BMW was saved by the bell. The Quandt brothers invested in the company in 1960, which led to the new class four-door sedan, introduced in 1962, which established BMW's identity of producer of leading sports sedans. In addition, the new class sedan led to the predecessor of this car I'm driving today, the 2000C and the 2000 CS. Thanks to Auto Vogel in Switzerland, I drive today this wonderful BMW 3.0 CSi from 1972, of which were built 7,935 within the 5 years of production. Look at the stunning luxury coupe. It looks like a goddess. And it still drives very good. And do not forget, this car is 46 years old. You will find so many nice details on this car. The toolbox is neatly fitted under the boot lid. And what can I screw next? Let's have a look at all these little details. Tell me why are modern cars not being made anymore with these triangular windows? But as I said, let's have a look at all these beautiful little details. Even a bit of mystery in opening the bonnet. First you have to push the little button here, then this opens, and then there is a little handle to open the bonnet. The E9 series were only fitted with straight six engines.
At BMW they had developed V8 and V12 engines, but due to the oil crisis in the early 70s they were not fitted.
In 1971, the 2800 CS was replaced by the 3.0 CS and the 3.0 CSi. The engine had been bought out to give a displacement of 2,986 cc and was offered with a 9.5:1 compression ratio, Bosch D-Jetronic fuel injection and 200 PS at 5500 RPM and 272 Nm of torque at 4300 RPM. And I am glad that I am driving the 4-speed manual version today, because the gear changing is excellent.
Listen to that engine! The car is very fast, in 7.7 seconds from 0 to 100 km an hour, and it even has a top speed of 220 km an hour. And this car is from 1972, don't forget that. This car wasn't built by BMW but by Karmann. Perhaps you know Karmann because of the Karmann gear. I do remember these times as a child on the German motorway, when I got infected by this car virus where there's no cure for. You had these headlights from behind, flashing, and then you knew what kind of car was coming from behind. A very fast BMW.
But even today, it drives smashing. What a lovely car.
Thanks to Auto Vogel Partner in Rhodes in Switzerland, I had the opportunity to drive this fantastic BMW 3.0 CSi from 1972 for today. This car is for sale, and if you think that this is the end of this episode, you are completely wrong. I simply can't separate myself from this car, so I have to drive it at least a little bit more, because this car is the very definition of style and grace. It is sad that the styling was done by Wilhelm Hofmeister. This car brought not only the shark nose to BMW, but also the Hofmeister Knick, or Hofmeister King in English. But is there anything I mislike about this BMW 3.0 CSi? Yes, and it is not the indicator on the right. No, I was misled by the BMW commercial of that era. The girls weren't running after me like in this commercial. Can anyone tell me why that doesn't happen to me? Okay, I know, I'm perhaps too ugly, too poor, and too fat, and above all, the car isn't mine.
The German car magazine AutoBild once wrote that if James Bond would have been German, he would have driven this BMW 3.0 CSi, and I do agree with them, because I'm a bit like James Bond myself.
Thank you very much for watching this episode from Driving with Gloves with this magnificent BMW 3.0 CSi from 1972. Please like this video and please subscribe to my YouTube channel Driving with Gloves. I hope to see you next time in the next video from Driving with Gloves. Thank you very much.